Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Rick's Corner. I get a lot of emails and I get a lot of suggestions for guests, and I get a lot of stories, success stories, and I get a lot of sad stories, but most of them are pretty motivational, and I have to read one to you because this really struck a note with me. This is amazing, and this is exactly how I think. So if I'm looking down, I'm sorry, but I'm reading it off my phone. It says, "Hello, my name is Elari. I love your Rick's Corner and all the old school teachings. I am 60 years old and I have been lifting since I was 16 years old. I competed in bodybuilding competitions in Colorado in the mid-'80s while working as a firefighter in Metro Denver. My bodybuilding was interrupted in 1988 when a fire hose under 250 pounds of pressure blew off an outlet on the fire truck and struck me in the chest from less than 2 feet away, sending me 25 feet across a concrete pad. After multiple surgeries and time in the hospital and several injuries, I was retired on the occupational disability. Being a stubborn Italian boy, I refused to be retired from something I enjoyed, and after more surgeries and after 3 years of physical therapy and training in Arizona, I got back into condition and took and passed several physical agility tests so that I could be reinstated as a firefighter in 1993. I spent 10 years more as a firefighter before I decided to move on. I became a real estate broker with Uncle Bruno for a few years before buying a gym franchise from a cousin in western Colorado in 2008. After building up a business for approximately 8 years and training hard on a regular basis like I've been doing for the last 40 years and feeling good and looking great, I started getting lower back pain, which I attributed to heavy squats and leg presses. After getting so painful that it was hard to even function and several failed chiropractor visits, I decided it was time for an x-ray and to show up my fractures on my lower back and hip. Blood work was ordered. I was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, which is very common in men, and told that I needed to be older men. I told that I needed to be immediately start on radiation and chemo. The oncologist told me that cancer could be treated but not cured at this time, and I was looking at 2 to 4 years depending on how well I responded to the treatments. Radiation began immediately because of the aggressiveness of the cancer, and I dropped from around 220 pounds to 140 pounds in approximately 6 weeks. I went into septic shock and thought for a while, can I survive this? All I had to do was to look at my family, and I knew the answer. It was time to fight. After months in the hospital and home in bed, I started working out with rubber tubing hooked to my bedpost that my sister had sent me. I put an old curl bar that I had in my garage in the bathroom, and every time I got up I did a couple of exercises like curls, tricep extensions, and upright rows. I tried to eat mostly vegetables and fruit that lasted for a couple of months, and I wasn't gaining much muscle. I visited MD Anderson Cancer Clinic in Houston, Texas, and talked to a doctor that was on the best prostate doctor in the nation, and her advice was mostly how I had lived my life. Exercise, nutrition, and a positive attitude. Positive attitude is the key. And to listen to that advice from all the people that want to help you, but understand you can't possibly do it all, so you need to do your own research. And pick and choose what you think may work for you. However, I believe that the best advice she gave me was to live your life. I've gone a little overboard on what my oncologist had told me, and I can or I can't do. I started out weak, frustrated and slow, but after almost a year of training, nutrition, various vitamins, supplements, and protein, self-motivation, and a will to live a quality life, I'm back up to 207 and feeling as good as one can expect. The footnote to all this is I have taken a drug called Lupron, a chemical castration that cuts off all testosterone from your body because it's what feeds my cancer and makes me become aggressive. I knew that muscle had memory, but I wasn't really quite sure what could be accomplished with no testosterone in my system. So the doctor says that I have a proven point about the inability to gain the amount of muscle and strength. I've gotten with the absence of testosterone and what can be done even at 60 with stage 4 cancer. The reason for this letter is to hopefully inspire and motivate people to get up and go against all odds and to dig down deep for that will to live of quality, which is always should be included nutrition and weight training. I believe that being in good physical condition saved my life. Twice, not only once. And now I never plan on quitting. Like Jimmy V said, don't give up, don't ever give up, and I never will. Eddie Elari. This really hit me hard, and my emotions in my heart. This man has been through it, and he knows that through his positive attitude, through training, nutrition, and the will to live, that he could overcome anything, and he did. So those people who feel sorry for themselves and sit home and have a cold or a flu or I have an injury and I can't do anything, get off your ass and go and make yourself do something positive. I've gone through 6 months of a hematoma in my calf that bore 3 holes in my calf that were leaking and draining. Wherever I would go, it would fall on the floor and I had to clean it up. And now I'm down to 1 hole that's almost closed. I still use the cane a little bit, but I got around the past 3 days with no cane and very little pain. It's finally starting to heal. I went to the gym every day. I trained hard. My nutrition is key. I do what I have to do. And now I'm coming back and I feel good. I never gave up ship, and I never will. It's a lesson to be learned here. You can have whatever you want if you put your will to it and you really strive hard to be the best you can be and don't let anything get in your way. So I wanted to read you that email, and I want you to take it to heart, and I want you to live your life to the fullest and enjoy every day, because you only get one time through. This is not a dress rehearsal for another life. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interests as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.